Hey y'all, this is Southern Woods here. Welcome to another Ages of Conflict War simulation. This time around, we have the 26 most popular chip brands. Yeah, you heard me right. Chips, the snacks. Plug them into the simulation. All right, we have the biggest, for example, being Lay's, located in around the Tennessee, Kentucky region. All right, we have some heavy hitters overall, like Doritos. All right, which was founded in Disneyland. So they're over here in Disneyland. Tostitos, Cheetos. All right. So it's curious to see what ends up happening, who ends up coming on top. We have a lot of smaller brands, specifically in the Northeast. Not much going on in the middle of the country. So place your bets. Who is your favorite, or what is your favorite type of chip to eat? Who do you want to win? Who do you want to fall? I'm curious to see. We even have Takis down here representing Mexico. I just put them in a little square because you can't have a good chip war without the people setting things on fire, all right, being those Taki Fuego lovers. All right. I don't think there's anything else I had to say other than, statistically, most states prefer Doritos or Cheetos or Fritos or Lay's. All right, but mainly I think Cheetos is the most popular by state. So curious to see what happens here. All right, we're all rushing in. Time to see what happens. The first battle looks like it's going to be between Cheetos and Fritos, speaking of, in Texas. Meanwhile, we have Pringles going against Sun Chips. All right, a lot of wars going on before any land. A lot of wars happening before all the land can even be captured. All right, our first death looks like is going to be the Kettle brand conquered by Pop Chips out in the Northwest. So Kettle, the first to fall here. We have Cape Cod going against Lake July, and it looks like Cape Cod's going to be the next to fall, as well as Utes, conquered by Deep River in the Northeast. Cheetos conquered by Santitas, so a big favorite falls early. All right, we already have 22 nations. Time to see what the statistics look like very quickly. Funyuns being the largest as they get a lot of the Midwest, followed by Lay's and Sun Chips. The most profitable nations are Tostitos, Doritos, and Zaps. So very interesting. Let's see what happens as we continue on. All right, a lot of interesting lines up here. A lot of even strips of land. Wise Foods, Terra, Siete, all conquered, as well as Ruffles. That all happened very quickly. Meanwhile, Mission conquered by Tostitos out in the Southwest. Looks like Funyuns ran out of economy, and they're going to get taken out by Munchos, but Frito's going to get a lot of that as Pop Chips are conquered by Tostitos, who are going to wrap around Mi Rancho. So Mi Rancho now surrounded. Late July conquered by Deep River in the Northeast. And it looks like Sun Chips conquered by Pringles up here. Alright. And it looks like Tostitos actually getting conquered by Mi Rancho, who is surrounded by them. So very interesting how that turned out. We have, it looks like Deep River being conquered by hers. So 11 nations left, now 10 as Munchos is conquered by On the Border. We have 10 nations altogether left, Doritos, Pringles, and Lay's being the biggest, and Pringles, Zaps, and Santitas being the richest. Well, Santitas isn't very large, so they're really depending on their economy to get them through. Ooh, big one just fell. Doritos conquered by Mi Rancho, and it looks like Lay's conquered by Pringles, so all the heavy hitters except for Fritos and Pringles are out of here. And it looks like Santitas is now conquered by On the Border, which is moving east across the Mississippi into Zaps, trying to conquer the Voodoo Nation, and they do. Meanwhile, Takis was conquered by On the Border. All right, 5 nations left. Who are you voting for? It shouldn't be Fritos, as they're conquered by On the Border as well. Hers struggling, and they're going to be conquered by Julius Pringle himself. Mi Rancho finally collapsing a little bit, as well as on the border. This could be Pringles to run away with. We shall see, though. On the border has collapsed, so it's now Pringles versus Mi Rancho. Julius Pringle extends his Pringle empire across the U.S., beating everyone out and being the chip champion here. As always, we're going to run this up once again to see if things continue in a similar fashion or if things drastically change. Let's get this started once more. They're all rushing for land. Who will end up being the first one out this time around? First battle looks like it's going to be Ruffles versus Fritos as they race towards the middle. Some wars in the south. We have Mi Rancho struggling against Pop Chips. Now they're fighting back. The first to fall is Late July by Cape Cod. They were one of the first before Deep River collapsed. Pop Chips conquered by Mi Rancho. So Mi Rancho with a strong showing so far. Again, Zaps conquered by Lay's. So the Voodoo Chips are no longer quickly. Wise Foods and Hers going at it. A lot of little wars around Texas as Santitas and Border are both conquered by Cheetos, who are looking to do good this time around. Mi Rancho actually fell to Tostitos this time, which they weren't able to do last simulation. Alright, Cape Cod making their move in the northeast. Meanwhile, Funyuns conquered by Fritos. Mission conquered by Tostitos. And quickly, Munchos conquered by Siete. Alright. Siete, a Mexican family-owned brand, I'm pretty sure. But they were founded in Texas. So that's why they don't have their little spot next to Takis. Looks like Hers is going to be conquered by Lay's. And a big one, Fritos, conquered by Cheetos. All those Cheeto fingers are out for blood this time around. Taki struggling to make landfall. They're trying to go against Cheetos, but they are struggling mightily to do much. They're in a very, very not good spot, and it looks like Cheetos is actually going to make landfall on them. So Siete and Takis conquered by Cheetos, looking pretty big this time around. Doritos looking pretty long out here. Julius Pringle, defending champion, alright, struggling to keep his empire afloat, and he's going to fall as well as Terra Brand as they're conquered by Utz. Lay's looking big this time around. Ruffles conquered by Sun Chips, so Sun Chips looking to be the biggest right now, looking to make quite the splash. Looks like Wise Foods is going to be conquered by Lay's, and then Utz making their hard offensive push down south, down the Appalachian Mountains, as the Lay's runs out of economy. They barely piece out to turn on to Cape Cod and take them out. Meanwhile, we have Tostitos pushing up into Kettleland, and Cheetos making a big move going after Lay's, and it looks like they're going to conquer Lay's. Alright, now Tostitos being suffocated. Alright, suffocated by Kettle and Doritos. It would be funny if we had a Cheetos versus Doritos finale. We'll see what ends up happening. Alright, Cheetos and Utz teaming up to take out Sun Chips, hopefully. Now it looks like Doritos is going to try to do what they couldn't as they flood into Sun Chip land. Alright, they're taking over the Dakotas. But Utz very, very swift. We have our final four. Utz, Cheetos, Doritos, and Kettle Chips. Utz has collapsed dramatically. Put in your comments, who are you voting for? Who do you want to win out of these four? Two of the most popular are still left. Shout out to Kettle Brand, though. They make some good chips. Not a big fan of Utz. And oops, they are gone. Looks like Doritos is going to collapse. Will they peace out? No, but they move their capital back to Disneyland. And it doesn't work out for them. So it's Kettle versus Cheetos. Kettles and Cheetos. Oh no. Cheetos, man. Their economy has run out. Wow. All of a sudden, Kettle Chips coming out of the far northwest, taking out Cheetos. Probably pissing off a lot of Cheeto lovers out there. So for our second dub, it goes to Kettle Brand. All right, we're going to run this up one more time. All right, we're going to go kind of quick and see what happens. Will Kettle defend its championship? Will it be, who won first? I already forgot. Or will it be Cheetos, maybe? Oh, yeah, it was Julius Pringle. How can I forget about him? Let's run this up very quickly, see what happens. All right, they're all racing for their land. First battle between Zapp's and Siet down in Louisiana. And then we have Pop Chips moving up into Kettle Brand, which are going to be one of the first to fall. So they did not defend their crown quickly or effectively. Mi Rancho, Cape Cod, Mission, they all fall as well as Sun Chips. All right, Julius Pringle out for revenge. Pop Chips taken out by Tostitos. Doritos trying to push up into Tostitos. We have Late July conquered by Deep River this time around, but Terra Brand's going to get a lot of that. Funyuns once again conquered in the middle of the pack, not lasting too long. Santitas, they're battling off Cheetos, while Takis has a very small sliver of South Texas that they're trying to utilize. Looks like Ruffles, who has a lot of land, their economy has just collapsed on them, so not too good for them as they perish. Meanwhile, Siet, they're struggling. Wise Foods, Deep River, and Doritos all conquered as well. 12 nations, 11 nations as Siet is taken out by Lay's. In a big naval push, Zapp's is able to reach around and take out Border. Fritos conquered by Cheetos. Cheetos moving in to get some land. Harris has collapsed, so Terra actually leading the Northeast this time around. 8 chip brands left. All right, this is the final push for some of y'all's favorites. All right, maybe you're a classic Lay's person and you don't want Julius Pringle to take out the Lay's empire. All right, which looks like is going to happen. All right, my jinx continues. I'm very good at jinxing things on accident. Muncho's surviving just barely. All right, as Zapp's keeps them alive. Santitas, or is that Santitas down south? Yes, it is. They have sole control of Texas, or most control of Texas. Cheetos was conquered by them. So Cheetos, once again, with the deep run, not making it too well. All right, where will it be Terra? Will it be Julius Pringle? Will it be Zapp's, Santitas, Munchos, or Tostitos? Looks like a lot of people pushing against Julius Pringle. All right, trying to stab him in the back like Julius Caesar. It looks like that's what's going to happen. Oh, Santitas did a big move trying to reach up and get Pringles, but then Munchos took him out. So that was a huge, well-played move by Munchos. It looks like everyone's teaming up on Munchos as they fall. Is it going to be the veggie fruit chips of Terra, or is it going to be the Tostitos, the supreme tortilla chip brand? And it looks like that's what it's leaning towards right now. They have gotten to the Appalachian Mountains, and it looks like Terra, although making a good deep run, will fall any minute here. So what do y'all think about that? What do you think about Tostitos and all the other ones that won? Julius Pringle himself of Pringles and Kettle Chip brand in the second. Like, what do you all think about all this, essentially, as I struggle to find words because of how awe-inspiring and captivating these wars of chips were? Let me know. Hit me with the like button and join the Southern Woods community. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of these simulations run up. Who knows what I'll crank out next. Without further ado, y'all, go get you a bag of chips and enjoy something else. Southern Woods out.